is Patrick Mogaka. I'm the marketing manager for Old Mutual Kenya. Definitely, I do know 360. But confidently say we have a very close relationship with 360 Degrees. 2011, we approached 360 Degrees with a problem. The problem was we had a product that was in development, a product which we believed strongly was going to definitely change the whole landscape within which our business operates. We needed to sort of validate a couple of things with our product. So it was early stages, and we needed to develop insights or get an understanding, one of who we want to target, whether they're the right people to target, and what a very sort of broad view of what the uptake of this product would be. Now, 360 Degrees approach was very interesting because what they did was basically provide insights for us. And with, I'm sure the methodology is something that will come out later, but they provided insights, valuable insights for us that sort of informed what we're doing in the product. I tell you in confidence that actually the insights they provided helped us relook at what we're doing, which was very important. Certain aspects of what we were doing and where we were with the product at that point made sense, but the insights that 360 provided definitely gave us some food for thought and forced us to go back to the drawing board, as it were. And it's one of those moves I never regret. 360 worked closely with Instant Grass, which was, I'd say, my understanding is actually an insight generating company. Yeah, they've got a network of what they call grasses, and the idea was the grasses fell squarely within the target profile of the consumers we're looking for with this product. So the fit between 360 Degrees with expertise and Instant Grass with their pulse on the target market we wanted was excellent. So in collaboration with Instant Grass, they then came back to us with insights that not only, like I was saying, took us back to the drawing board, but also put us in a better place in terms of where the product really needed to be. We then used those insights as well to develop a communication strategy. Now, the communication strategy, based on the target that we had and the grasses and that network that 360 and Instant Grass brought to us, informed one, not just content for our strategy, but direction in terms of mediums we chose, how we're going to actually present this to our consumers, and more importantly, how we're going to form conversations and meaningful relationships, hopefully long term. So within the unit trust campaign and strategy, each of the lines of products within the unit trust space were clearly aligned and articulated to the brand campaign tenets, so to speak. So that again, being able to get us into one room, keep our focus and draw that line or that straight line between product and brand was an excellent job as well. Yeah, so the strategy that was developed out of those insights broke into a space which as a business we had never been into before. I'd say one of the things that surprised me about 360 Degrees, to be honest, at that point was when we first, our initial engagement with them was a lot about strategy. And it's very rare in this day and age to find business units or setups that can actually do both strategy and creative. So each time they presented their strategy, they supported it with creative. So the thinking for me was obvious. They've done the strategy, then they're working closely with the design house to sort of present the creative to us, which wasn't the case. Yeah. So for me, that was a pleasant surprise. The ability creatively was incredible. And that clear thinking between strategy and translating to creative is definitely a plus for 360 Degrees. So over and above developing the properties for us, I think it's a lot as well about what do we do with these properties. Like I mentioned, it's not a space we had played in before, but 360 Degrees actually partnered and worked hand in hand with us. They developed content for those spaces once those spaces were up and running, and actually managed those spaces for us. So in terms of what content goes in there, and it's creative that goes into those spaces, what sort of conversations are we going to sort of trigger off in those spaces, they totally oversaw that for us, which is, I think, in terms of, if I can say, between then and now, where we are right now, put us in a much better frame of mind, in a space where we can actually confidently interact with our consumers. Social media, very nice word. People talk about it a lot, but like most companies at that stage, there was a bit of apprehension. It was a territory we had not been into. Therefore, we didn't have a clear, powerful belief that it can actually work. So the strategy for us changed, sort of created a shift in terms of changing within our business, where we said, look, there is an avenue that is unexplored, yes, but given the insights, it's definitely the place to be. So we went into part of the strategy was part of developing our presence within the social media space. So 360 Degrees what asked them to develop tools for us. So they developed a Facebook page for us, Twitter as well, which now sort of integrated into what we had as our website, a very static website initially, and those formed platforms for seeding in messages on the product, and more importantly, like I was saying, sort of interacting with the consumer, which is what we really wanted. What we are able to do with 360 Degrees as well was bring this whole interaction and the need to be to play within that space to life. So what we actually did was we set up a day within a normal working day, and it sounded like a funny idea then, but it did a lot for us. We got cake, went to every single floor as a group, together at 360 and the communications marketing team. Basically, just spiced up the day. Sang songs, cut cake, got their attention, got them to log on. So and I tell you, that's been a fight for IT since then. How do you get these guys off this space? Because there's something called productivity. But nonetheless, I think it did a lot in terms of establishing why we need to play within that space and getting buy-in, more importantly, from the people within our business. Because I think that's the first line of sort of spreading the gospel, as it were. Yeah. The relationship with 360 Degrees, I think, is nothing short of a marriage. I'd say that. Very exciting, energized team. What I always look forward to is the presentations. Anytime we've got any sort of engagement, it's not the ordinary. We say we're in the insurance business, so we're meant to be very serious, straight up, But the truth is, you always expected something different. So the presentations, right from the points when we entered the room, was a totally different experience. It took us away from the hustle and sort of the stresses that we have within our business. But I think in terms of, further than that, not just interaction, I think I describe 360 Degrees as a very professional setup. The relationship was very personal, It was more than just looking at the problem in hand, but obviously looking at the bigger picture for our business. So the relationship became one where we look at them more as partners rather than an agency or supplier of a service. I don't know why you're not working with them, if you're not working with them right now. Yeah, but definitely get my vote.